Oh my goodness. Okay. Hello humans and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am Glitter Bomb and I love doing little bits and bobs and just getting creative with life.
Once upon a time, there was a girl who never stopped wondering. She found magic in creativity, nature, and learning. She discovered beauty in the everyday, because every day is a chance to create, explore, and grow. And every dream begins with a single page. Welcome to Glitter Bomb.
And I'm in my trying to upcycle era, so well, I've always kind of been loving to like reuse stuff and give them new purposes. So I forgot my tins outside. Today's video we've got lots of plant offcuts from our garden, so there's actually a lot more that need to get used because I would feel horrible to let these just die. So I've got a few tins that I'm gonna fill with soil, and then I'm gonna plant the plants, add some pebbles, and potentially advertise them on marketplace or whatever. And if they don't sell, then I get to keep them. So let's do that. First step, put some soil into the tins. As I've said, I've got so many offcuts that I still need to find a purpose for. But yeah, I have collected quite a few of these tins. So I'm just gonna head over. Actually, let's have a walk through to the compost bin. This is my compost pile. I have moved this grid so that the tomatoes and things can grow on there. Yeah, it's very messy at this point, but eventually I'd like to sort this out. I just had Chris dig out some soil from here. Oh my goodness, let me just carry this all the way back. The struggle is real. What do you girls mean, strong, independent women? I need a man in my life to be doing this stuff. Like, Chris, yeah man, swore. Anyway, we can do it though. To be fair, Chris is actually so good with helping me. Yesterday he did so much. We took down some sails here, we moved that grid. Well, he did basically everything. I basically stood and watched. He dug out the soil. We did so much yesterday. I can't even remember everything. And that was after he already had a long day at work. Volgende keer wil ek my grond by my emmertjies hê. Dis moeite. I'm actually just gonna leave it over here. Because I have moved my little table to be in the sun, but this is kind of where it will stay. So yeah, maybe I should have put the table there. That would have been better. I've got such mom guilt today for not having my kiddos. Are you guys like in frame? Hello. Anyway, I've got such mom guilt for not having my kids at home, but also I get very frustrated very quickly, so I don't know, but I do feel guilty for not having them at home to do these kind of things with me. I'm working on it. Anyway, I've got a little shovel, so let's go fill up some buckets. Now I'm loving these little tins from the thrift shop. I did a live to show you guys my thrift haul. If you haven't watched that, please go watch that. But yeah, basically we're just going to fill this up with this soil. It is from our compost bin, so you might get little weeds and things growing. that's okay. You just literally dig them up. I feel like it is such great quality soil. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do about that much. And then let me just fill the rest of these. I'm also feeling a little buzz. Yeah. Just realized I made a mistake. I never added my ash and my draining layers and everything. Anyway, let's do that. Alright, so the first step is going to be to actually add my rock layers at the bottom. Let me show you guys what I mean. So we've got these sample bags from Ramix, basically different grains, or I really do not know the terms, but basically different sizes of crusher rock. So we're going to start at the bottom. I'm just going to show you guys one, and then I'm going to do all of them off camera. So we're going to start doing a nice layer like that on that one, and then we're going to do a little bit of the smaller one. And that just really adds a good drain layer, so that if we put too much water, then that will go down to the bottom, to the rocks, and it won't affect the plants, as the tins don't have a way of draining. And then we're going to move over to this smallest one, little tiny little pebbles, and fill that up as well. Give that a little shake. Then we've got some sand as well, some river sand, just doing about that much. And then the next step is for me to do a little bit of ash from the fireplace. I feel like that just, detoxifies or whatever it does. I don't know, it does something. And I've got little charcoal bits as well that I'm just gonna put in. Now we can go back to putting in the soil. So I'm also gonna use the crusher rock to top off the plants in the end, but that'll be later. That's not now. Yeah, basically I'll do that for all of those. Okay, so I have filled all of them up. Now I have a few tools over here just to make my life a bit easier. So I've got some palette knives, scissors, I've got pruning scissors, snoeiskar, I don't know what they're called, pruning scissors, I'm assuming, I don't know. A little paintbrush, and then also my gloves. So how I normally like going into this is literally just, let's start with, this one is quite a big tin, so let's start with this one. Now these little plants have dried up at the bottom, so I don't know if that's actually a good or a bad thing, whatever, but I just, snip that off. That little leaf doesn't look good, but I'll keep that on a pile where it could potentially grow again. And then I literally just, all of that stem I don't necessarily want, and that one I can actually split into two. So I am just literally going to go around, find little spots where the plants go in easily, and I'm gonna try and distribute these throughout. But actually, you know what, I've got a lot of these, but I don't have a lot of the rest of them. I'm not 100% sure why the gardener took these out, but they were there, so I'm gonna use them. Also, I don't know the terminology of these plants, but would love to actually know what they are. So first we've got this one. I'm gonna actually, while I'm busy with this one here, I'm gonna put that one right there in the corner. You can do a thin layer of the river sand before doing this if you'd like. I actually didn't trim that one, but it's okay. This one I'm a bit concerned about because I do see it's got a lot of white bits on, and I don't know if that means it's like sick or something. It looks okay though, so I don't know. Anyone that knows why that would happen, let's try and get a good close-up of that. There's another angle of it. I don't know if it's focusing or not. But anyway, yeah. So I'd like to actually distribute these ones between all of the different tins and so on. So I'm going to do that. That way we have a little bit of a variety in each of the different tins. So yeah. I'm trying to put them where I think they'd look the best or work the best, you know. So there's no method, there's no, you know, it's just not me. This one is so cute. I don't know what it is, but it is adorable. You guys able to see? So tiny. I feel like I want to go with this one because I don't have a lot of space. So micro little plants would work better in it, I'm assuming. We've got another one just slightly bigger. Also, my mic is flat, so sorry if the sound is not the best. I'm really hoping it's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna distribute these. Oh, there's a little spider. Stop, it's so cute. Oh my goodness, I want to show you guys. I don't know if you guys will be able to see. Is it picking up? It better be. Oh. There's another one. Stop, that's adorable. Stop, that is so cute. This is why I wear gloves when doing these things. Because, you know, little insects and arachnids and whatever live in these spaces. Wow. Oh, they're little jumping spiders. Let's see if he'll jump. I've got like this weird like childlike belief that animals will just do stuff like that. Little creatures. No? Shame. I think he's looking for a safe way to escape. Let's give them the opportunity to not feel stressed by me. Anyway, I'm gonna carry on just distributing these in the different little pots and so on, and then I'll see you guys again in a little bit. I want to try and get you guys to see the little spider, but I don't know if it's gonna focus really well. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, he's like, nope, I'm out. Anyway. Lots of little bugs in here. Okay, so I went and had a quick roam around the garden and found some other offcuts and things that definitely need to be rehomed, and basically can be used as seeds to start new life. And I also just want to really redo this whole pot here. It is just a bit overgrown and it seems like it needs a little bit of love, so I'm gonna reset this whole little pot as well.